The last time Robert Duboise was a free man, he used a rotary phone to make calls. The fancy landlines in 1983 had numbers you tapped, but they were out of the 18-year-old's price range.
Yeah, you had 12 little push buttons, but yeah, we didn't have it. You had to have money for that one.
Robert had no money, but soon a big problem. One of those problems where they give you just one phone call from jail. He'd been arrested for the murder of a 19-year-old girl in Tampa. Prosecutors used two pieces of evidence to link him to the crime. A bite mark on the victim police claimed matched his jaw, and an inmate who claimed Duboise had confessed to him. That was about it. Not exactly an open and shut case for the detective.
His answer for this is he had a hunch. Okay, and my guess is his hunch was I had long hair and I was poor.
A jury convicted Duboise anyway. He was sentenced to death, later reduced to life in prison. Except he wasn't guilty. He'd never even been where the murder happened. Oh, for a cell phone back then.
The phone could have told him at any point I was never there.
But now where he was prison. That first night locked up.
At some point laid down and closed my eyes and woke up and found out the dream was still going on, or nightmare.
A nightmare that lasted 37 years.
Every day was a low point. There was no high points. I can't tell you one day I was in prison I was happy. Never.
I want to apologize again to Robert on behalf of this office and the entire criminal justice system.
In prison, Robert had written to anyone who'd listen, telling them he was innocent. The Innocence Project, a group that tries to exonerate people wrongly convicted, listened. They used DNA, not available in the 1980s, to prove Robert wasn't a murderer. Couldn't have been. In 2020, he left prison. 37 years of his life gone. That first night free?
I didn't really sleep. I just sat there trying to figure out this phone.
His attorney had given him a phone and said she'd be in touch.
She called, I couldn't answer it. I didn't know you were supposed to swipe it. I kept trying to tap this thing, hit buttons on the side, and I'm like, man.
The world had changed drastically since rotary phones. Robert was desperate to catch up.
Yeah, I was free, but now I had to learn this.
But almost 4 years later, he has. And he's remarkably at peace. Not angry he lost nearly 4 decades of his life.
But I can't get it back. Being mad doesn't get it back.
Yes, it helps the city of Tampa gave him a $14 million settlement. But if you thought he'd bask in the money, feet up, you'd be wrong. We met a man addicted to work at the country club that gave him a job doing maintenance, helping friends with odd jobs, and working to fix up his house in South Tampa. I told him most people would have just enjoyed their $14 million.
Well, I'm sure they would, but that's what I do. What else am I supposed to do? You know, I can't calm myself down enough, like to go to Disney World and actually relax and have fun. You know, I haven't learned to do that yet. Yeah, I keep hoping for rain.
He's now mastered the phone. Enjoying life as a free man, he's still working on it. Duboise also told me the only thing he wanted from life when he was 18 and got arrested was a wife and kids. Now in his 50s, he's not giving up, saying he hopes one day to adopt. Jeff Butera, Spectrum News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.